So, for my Nick at Night, let us talk about the Satanists cult and how they have twisted everything from the Saturn. That is the original game here. Saturn brings us the material world, you guys. And I told you in my video earlier today, which I only have 10-minute slot, so it's hard for me to create a video for you and then continue it. So please, if you're following me, please continue to follow along. Yes, they take the Saturnist cult and they've created the hell when they got rid of the O. They got rid of the sacred circle when they came down here and created the program of being scared. Yes, they took what was sacred and they rearranged it and made it scared. And this is why they project the project of fear. Yes, and a part of their fear is by building the collective soul trap. Yes, they want you to think that you too are a trapped soul here. And they do this by way of use through maritime law. Notice they've taken Mary and they've created the program of maritime law. Okay, maritime law comes from the stars. You need to know that. And it was not projected in its original program as anything negative towards man. Man originally just comes here. We have our life. We enjoy taking care of our earth, which is the precious gem of the universe. Because we are the angels and the ETs, whatever you want to think they are, that is us from the future. We technically come into the past. That is also the future. It's dealing in the multiple layers of the reality here. And it's dealing with multiple layers of your soul. Your soul has multiple layers. It's not just one thing. You'll see a lot of the teaching in the multiple layers of the souls through the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Okay, this system was hijacked for the purpose of control. Yeah, so a lot of the Satanists, they created hell. And hell is a legal term. Hell is a legal term. I will post you a screenshot of this from the Black's Law Dictionary. Notice it's called the Black's Law Dictionary because it has to do with the Saturn cultism. Yes, and they are playing the game of trapping souls, which they have no real authority, you guys, because they sold their soul. They sold their powerhouse, so they have no power here. They're just actors acting in time, and then they will be reaped in due season. Yes, they come here and they like to play the game of birth certificate and social security numbers. Yes, they are using the Bible. They have twisted it to create their own personal system. And they want you to think that you are a piece of property. Because we are the alphas, they want to take us, this divine story, and paint it as us being the chattel. Yes, they've even taken the word human and they've painted you as a monster because in the Black's Law Dictionary, people and humans are monsters. And I've told you before how in the original design of the game, the monster is dealing in the moon star. Likewise, you are the sea moon star because you are technically in the waters. This is water, you guys. Death is likened unto rebirth. Again, it is multi-layered. Yes, you have the program of bronze, silver, and gold. The level begins in the womb/tomb, and then as a man upon the land, you enter into the silver matrix, where we access gold. Yes, we access gold in the silver, which this is what we are technically in right now. Silver, bronze, silver, and gold is all a part of you. You must also use the gaming lingo to understand the other layers. There are 7 layers to that. I've briefly touched on that in some of my other videos. Yes, a lot of Saturn cultism. They deal in the market of souls. This is why you find the bull run market. Okay, on the stock trade show. Yes, and they are showing the stocks that they are trading. It is a grand system that they have created to try to trap people. And I just want you to know, if you have a birth certificate and a social security number, you're not considered selling your soul, you guys, because this has to take place with awareness. Yes, a lot of the stuff that they have going on right now, we are unaware, but by means of our awareness, we can flip the scripts on these guys and what they have constructed. They like to play games. They like to play mind games with us, even in the courts, you guys, because the court is where you play ball. Yes, and they like to paint themselves as the big daddy. This is why you also have Uncle Sam. Yeah, and so the United Nations, this also is from the original story, but they've taken it and brought it down here, and they've created a giant monopoly. Where you see all the flags connected with the United Nations, these are all your players in the monopoly. These are all the ones who have sold out to play the game of souls. Technically, they're doing this without your awareness. Yes, and as we grow in our awareness, we must understand the game that they are playing, even with the money. The money is monopoly money, you guys. It's a note of debt. Yes, so when you are working and you get paid in money, just so you know, you are receiving a debt. You are not being paid for your time. You are being given a debt. Yeah, so they're just trying to put you more in the negative. And the more you study maritime law, the more you will see the Saturn construction, see how they've painted it all over the place with their little red shoe society. It really infuriates me to talk about it, because literally they tell us that we're doing good by signing up for this stuff. At the same time, they don't tell us what it all means. Just so you know, you don't have to prove anything on paper. Yeah, just your belly button alone is proof of your sovereignty, just like your head is proof of your sovereignty. You got a crown right here. Yeah, and they want you to think because you got a birth certificate or a social security number that you have sold your soul, and that's a lie. That's a lie, you guys. But I will say, there's lots of us learning how to exit the system. Okay, now they want you to exit the system by playing along with the system too, to go in and prove that you're alive. Because technically they consider you to be lost at sea after so long. And then they want you to keep coming forward to prove that you're still alive. And these people who are in these positions of power, just so you know, we don't have to prove anything to them. We don't have to play their game. They get all their little costumes up there and they're playing their little game. You don't have to play their game. Just like you don't have to play with their money. Okay, where was the world before money, you guys? Money is not very new. Now, they did have coin, but keep in mind, a long time ago, even coin was not readily accepted. Men traded. Living men and women traded. They did not need very much coin, but yet they did have silver and gold that they traded. And keep in mind, even then, silver and gold are still considered rocks, you guys. So yeah, we paid each other in rocks, even all the way back then. Okay, and your paper is sacred, though. I want you to know that, because it comes from trees. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to just let everybody know about the birth certificate stuff for my Nick at Night. Just so you know, they think that they're trapping souls, and they don't have this power or authority, you guys, because they don't have a powerhouse. It's just another part of their little game they like to play. Just another power play. Yeah, and I feel like the Grand Exodus is coming from that Grand Egypt too. Because Egypt used to be holy and sacred, and then they turned it into something that it wasn't. Likewise, the same thing has replayed all over again in today's world.